Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Ellis, and I am a social studies teacher from Columbus, Georgia. A member from the Teachers Using Canvas group suggested that I make a tutorial about how to create a hyperdoc within Canvas, so that's what I'm going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, what is a hyperdoc? So if you go over to the Cult of Pedagogy blog post, Jennifer Gonzalez does a great job of explaining what a hyperdoc is and providing lots of examples. So a hyperdoc is a digital document, such as a Google Doc, where all components of a learning cycle have been pulled together into one central hub. Within a single document, students are provided with hyperlinks to all of the resources they need to complete that learning cycle. Um, so instead of using a Google Doc, we're going to build everything in Canvas, because what's so great is that learning management system has lots of different elements that you can link into your central hub of your Hyperdoc. If you want more information and more exploration, I do suggest that you head over to the Cult of Pedagogy, either blog or podcast, and you'll get a great overview of what hyperdocs are. I also encourage you to research different templates based on maybe your content or the learning cycle that you want students to complete, because no hyperdoc is the same. People personalize it, what works best for your style of teaching and what works best for students' style of learning. So that is hyperdocs. So now we're going to pop over to my Canvas and we are going to start building our hyperdoc. So you're going to go to pages, you're going to go to view all pages, and then you are going to go to add a page. So it'll bring up this blank page right here. I'm going to minimize our navigation so that I have more room to work with in the rich content editor. So let's give this a title. We'll just put Hyperdoc Practice. Okay. Now I like to put my Hyperdoc within a table. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to come over to table, and then you're going to put what categories that you want to put in there. So I'm just going to make a 4x2, and then I'm going to just put a few of the categories in there, not all of them. So we have engage, explore, explain, and apply. Engage, explore, explain, and apply. Okay. So if you want to get that background color and these little symbols, I'm going to show you how to do that next. So if you click on the cell of the table that you want to manipulate, you're going to go to Table, Cell, and Cell Properties, and then you're going to go to Advanced. And then you're going to go down to background color. Now there are two ways that you can do this. You can just type in a basic colored name like pink and then hit OK, and it will change the color of that cell. Another thing you can do if you want more variation in your color choices are to go to HTML color picker. So you can click around, look at the different colors and the different hues. So let's do another color pink. Let's go with this one right here. So you are going to copy that code. You're going to go back over here, click in another cell, go to cell properties again, go to advanced, and then you're going to paste that color code, and then it is going to give you another shade. So isn't that neat? All right, let's do another one. I kind of like to do the same colors, but you don't have to. Let's choose maybe a purpley color. Let's go with this. Control C. Go back to cell properties, advanced. Now you don't have to do different colors. You can do all the same colors if you want to. It's kind of a stylistic choice. So anyway, you go in and you put the different colors that you want. Now, if you want the symbols that I have in my Hyperdoc, you're going to go to copypastecharacter.com, and then you have, you can view all characters or you can break it down. So we're going to go to numerals. We're going to find number 1. In order to copy and paste the character, you're going to need to allow Flash to run. So you'll click up here. I've already done it already, but what you'll need to do is just allow it to run, and then you'll be able to copy it. It'll highlight in yellow, and then you just go over here and paste your character. What I like about using them is that they're fun, but also it gives the student the learning progression. This is where I want you to start. Start with number one. And then if you want to give it an emoji, you'll go down to emojis. I chose a ring for engage. See what I did there? Um, so you click on the ring, and then I'll put that next to here. Now this is a little small, so you can highlight all of it and then make it a size that works for you. So that is how you kind of design and style your um, Hyperdoc template. And then if you want to add more categories, you can do that here. Insert row above, after, you can delete, you can add columns, you can delete, or you can get rid of the whole table and start from scratch if you want to. So you have this little quick tool bar right here, or you can go back into here and do the same things. Okay, so next we are going to move on building this. So prior to creating a Hyperdoc, you're going to want to sit down and write out exactly what you want kids to be engaging in, exploring, explaining, applying. You have to do that. And what separates a Hyperdoc from just a list of activities is that you are really trying to push students through a learning cycle. You're trying to engage them. You're trying to pique their interest. You want them to explore and attach meaning to things before you even get to the explain section, which is teaching. And then after they've done all that, you want them to apply their knowledge to something that is authentic, real world, or some type of practice like a quizzes or a Kahoot. It's totally up to you and what works best for you and your students, okay? So consider that we've planned all of this out. Um, for our regions, I've just got some games on here. So what you can do is you can type regions puzzle game. Um, and then what other games I have on there? There were like two other. All right, so I have those here. You don't want to put too many instructions in the box because too many words will throw students off. So just keep it very simple so that the students can click on it. Now these games are external links. That means they're going to take you outside of Canvas. So what I do is I put the external links in a module, and then I link it to the module. Boom, 5 regions of Georgia. I've already created the module. So you have a choice. You can create the whole Hyperdoc first and then go back and create the module and link things to the module, or you can build the module first and then go back and build your Hyperdoc and link everything that way. Totally up to you and what works best for you. Okay, so I have my things here. Now, if you want to see from here, actually, let's pause on that. We'll come back to that. So explore, let's say I want students to read an article, read about the 5 regions of Georgia. And I want that to be an external link. Again, I'm just going to leave it for now. Or excuse me, I'm going to link it to the module, and then I'm going to put the direct link to that. I'm going to put the direct link to the article in my modules. So we'll keep that there. Explain, I would put something about the standard, explain the learning target, and then I might put a video of me teaching. Watch this video. Or like I said, they can participate in the Zoom however you want to design that, okay? Um, or what you can do is you can create a content page and say, oh, let's go over here. Let's create a content page within Canvas. So let's minimize modules. Let's go to pages. And I've already got a page created about the 5 regions of Georgia. So if I click on it, it'll hyperlink to that. Or another way you can do it is if you don't want to hyperlink text, you can just put the title of the page by clicking on it, you can put the title directly in there. The thing about that though is if you have your pages or your assignments named something kind of funky, like by standard, and the kids don't know what that standard is yet, you might want to put a more student-friendly text and then hyperlink it to whatever you have named. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want students to check their understanding. So I already have a little low stakes quiz made for students to see what they've learned so far about the 5 regions of Georgia. So if I go over here, I have it all named by standard. So if I just put the name of that check for understanding right here, kids don't really understand what that means. But if I put check your understanding and then I hyperlink it, then students will be like, okay, I need to go here to check my understanding. Okay. And then for apply, this is where you want to put your tasks, your assignments, whatever you're going to use for students to actually apply what they have learned so far. So I've already created assignments for this Hyperdoc. They're going to do a virtual field trip. So I go and I find the 5 regions of Georgia virtual field trip. Oops, I did that way too many times. So again, you can either add it by its name in assignments, or you can hyperlink it here. Totally up to you. What do you think will work best for your students? All right, so anyway, you design it, make it all pretty, however you want to do that. Oh, let me show one more thing. Let's say that instead of having text and emojis as your header, let's say that you wanted to put some kind of type of banner or button that you made in Canva or Google Draw. You can go to this little picture icon and you can go to your pictures that you've already preloaded, or you can upload it directly from your computer right on this step. But I already have some pictures here. Canvas design. All right, so this is a button I have on my homepage. I'm just going to insert it for the sake of this tutorial. All right, so instead of saying Zoom, it would say apply. And it would be really cute. And that is something that you are more than welcome to do. Okay, so let's get rid of that, put apply back. Let's save and publish our Hyperdoc. Okay, now this Hyperdoc is going to be linked into a module. Or correspond to a module. And the reason that it corresponds to a module is because I want to make sure that students are moving in a certain order. Now, students can move at their own pace, but they have to go in the order that I've set for them. Okay, so let's head over to modules. Okay, and here is the module. Now it looks super long, and if you're a student, you're like, whoa, what is all this? So what we're going to do is we're going to set requirements, and what's going to happen is it's going to gray everything out and keep what they need to do first in its regular color. And that way students can't click on anything else but what is available to them. Once they've completed what's available to them, then the next option will resume its color and students can click on it and do that next task. Okay, so let's go up here to the 3 dots where the title of our module is, and you're going to click edit. Here, you can add prerequisites. Let's say that you want students to complete the welcome module, or you want them to complete the standard prior to this one. You can set a prerequisite. But this is what I want to focus on, the requirements. So the first thing when students get to this module, I want them to view the Hyperdoc, okay? Now there are other options. You can put, they have to mark it as done, so there'll be like a little button that they have to click saying I did this, or they have to contribute to the page. I don't want students to alter this page in any way, so they're not going to do this. Okay, so um after they do the look at the Hyperdoc, well, what do I want them to do next? Well, I want them to play those games. So I have some external URLs that I'm going to put in here. So puzzle, what else? The hotspot, and there was one more, um, map practice. Okay. And then after that, I want students to explore. So they're going to look at each region of Georgia. And again, these are all view at this time because students are engaging and exploring. They're not doing any work yet. They're going to have to look at, where is it? What are these quizzes? Oh yeah, that's exactly what that is. They will have to look at, oh, that's the only thing I want them to do. All right, so next I want them to check for their understanding. So I'm going to put this. Now what's neat about this is it's a quiz. And it's a low stakes quiz, but it's a quiz to check their understanding. So they can either view it, they could submit it, or they need to score at least. This is where you're really getting to see if students learn. So it's out of 5 points. I want my students to get all 5 regions correct on a map because they've had all this exploration already. So they should at least know what the 5 regions are. If they don't, they can't move on until they make a 5 out of 5. So that forces them to go back to the engage and explore sections and say, hey, I need to relearn this and I need to buckle down and focus because I obviously don't know it yet. Okay, so that's really neat about that. And then you can give them their assignment, 5 regions of Georgia virtual field trip. They need to submit the assignment. For this one, I'm not going to put score at least because as a teacher, I need to sit down and grade something. And I don't want to hold up their progression through the module at that point because they have to wait on me to grade. So instead of putting that score next to that one, I'm just going to say they need to submit it. Okay. And so you go on and so forth until you have the order and the requirements that you want them to do. This is not something you have to do, but this is something I personally like to do. So I'm going to update the module, relock that. Okay, so now let's head over to student view and see what this looks like on the student's end. Okay, so when students log in, I've taken out a large section of the navigation bar because I want students to be able to just go exactly where I need them to go, and I don't want them to get lost. So we're going to go over to modules, okay? And as you can see, oh, that's neat. As you can see, everything is grayed out, okay? Let me reset the student view because it already is viewing something. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to review it. All right, now everything is grayed out. Isn't that neat? And they have all these little circles, and it tells you have to complete all of these items. So if a student wants to skip and say, I'd rather just get straight to the assignment. I don't want to play any games. I don't want to do any exploration. Like, I just want to do my assignment and be done. Well, you can't. Everything is locked until you do what you're supposed to do. So you're going to go to the Regions Hyperdoc. And it's the same thing. Like, let's say a student wanted to skip straight to the assignment. Oh, sorry. Um, this is a part of a module that hasn't been unlocked yet. Completion prerequisites, excuse me. You need to do these things and in this order. So it's literally all locked until they do this. So they'll click on the regions puzzle, open it in a new window. ooh, the 5 regions of Georgia. Let me put them where they go. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this is view only. So there's no way for me to know if they actually did it. They could open the window and exit right back out. But it is my hope that the students do the engaging and exploration like they're supposed to. So anyway, all right, so now students can navigate through the module like this, or they can click here, or they can click here. And if you go back, what you will see now is that I've done the puzzle. I have not done the hotspot game, but that's what I'm about to move on to next. And if you look, it's check, I viewed the Hyperdoc. Check, I viewed the regions puzzle. Now it's time for me to view the hotspot game. So I'll open up a window, a little game. Again, these engagement tasks they're short. They're meant to just be quick and easy and get students learning the 5 regions without the old school, let me teach you all the regions first. They are learning it without feeling like they're learning it. Okay, so open that up. Again, I go to modules. Let's look at my checklist. Or if students want to move within the Hyperdoc, it's the same thing. Okay, I've done my 3 games. Now it's time for me to move on to explore or whatever. So the Hyperdoc complements the module, and the module complements and correlates to the Hyperdoc. And again, the reasoning for that is I want students to move in a certain order. If I only give it to them in a Hyperdoc, they can skip around and do it in whatever order. And some teachers are okay with that they want to give students personalization and choice. Cool. But I personally want students to go in a certain order to get the most out of this Hyperdoc. At least click on it, view it, and see it. And then if it's not something that they're interested in, then they can go ahead and move on to the next thing. Okay. All right. So anyway, that is just a tutorial on how to create a Hyperdoc, how to make it correlate to a module, how to set certain requirements and prerequisites so that students work in a certain order, and how to make sure that students are working for mastery so that they are scoring at least a certain score, and if not, they have to go back and redo. If they make the score, then they can move on. So lots of ways that this can be done. It's not the only way, but it's the way that I'm going to implement in the fall with distance learning. So fingers crossed that it goes well. Again, my name is Vanessa Ellis. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach me on the Teachers Using Canvas group. Just look me up, and I would be more than happy to help you in any way that I can. Good luck, stay safe, stay healthy, and I wish you a awesome year of learning, whether that be virtual, face-to-face, or hybrid. Take care. Thank you.